You talk about talking the disclosure form. You talk about what have you done and how is it different. So does that mean that I now have to take on the job of comparing it to other patent applications? How do I even start with that?
That's a great question. You don't have a duty to search the world to prove to the patent office that no one else has done it before. You only have the duty to believe that you are the first one to have done it. Okay. So you're the expert in the art. You have invented this thing, whether it's a new chemical entity, a new synthetic DNA, whatever it is, you're the expert. You have a good feeling whether or not someone else has done it. You're probably pretty sure that you're the first because you're coming to me. You're not going to spend money on an outside lawyer unless you're sure that you're the first. So you just have to believe that you are the first. Then once the application is filed, the patent office searches it and will give you a report on the patent office's conclusion about whether or not someone else has done it before. Now, you can search it too. We often use prior art search firms and work with clients to, before filing, gauge whether it's worth the money to go forward with an invention. So instead of a full patent application, we prepare a short summary, which we can give to an expert prior art searcher. Usually these people are ex-patent examiners. They work with us in confidence, so we can talk to them without disclosing the invention to the outside world. They search, they give us results, and then the client can filter through them, or we can filter through them with the client to kind of give them a rough gauge on whether it's worthwhile going forward.
What is the advantage of not using a search firm? It sounds like it's cheaper. But does that willful ignorance also allow me to basically enter the market and go, I have a patent pending, knowing that the patent will take forever to be examined, and therefore I have this quasi period when it may issue?
Well, that's a great question too, because when do patent rights mature? You do not get the right to exclude people from your invention until the patent issues.
Sure.
So that entire period from the time you filed the patent application all the way up to when it issues, you have no patent rights.
Agreed.
Someone could go out and do exactly what you're going to claim, and they're not an infringer. Now, there's a caveat. The application will publish at a certain point, and the claim that you're pursuing will be published. Claims change during the course of arguing with the patent office, but say one issues in the patent later on that's substantially the same as the one that published. There's a provision that you can get a reasonable royalty for things a competitor did that infringed that claim if they had notice of that claim when it published. So there is a limited right of getting that reasonable royalty, but you have a risk during that application phase that other people are going to learn about it and start scaling up and getting ready to compete with you. The counterpoint to that is they see that you're trying to get a patent application, so they might not want to invest that time, energy, money, only to be excluded later on. So it's kind of a give and take. How big of a threat are you? How important is an invention? A lot of things go into play there. So is it worth it to have that search? I think for the most part, people decide not to go forward with a prior art search before they file because they know that the patent office is going to do that. That's what the patent office here or any other country, that's what they do. So they rely on the patent office.